Ed Sheeran, Firefly. It starts with that intro, and before we go any further, please make sure you have a copy of the tab in front of you. We need it for reference, and if you don't have a copy, please WhatsApp me or message me via my YouTube channel. I'll be happy to send you a copy of the PDF. And let's get going with the introduction and work our way through the verse, the pre-chorus, etc., etc. Now we're going to look at the part that starts like this. And before we get going, I want to point out that I'm using a pick for this, but you may use fingers as well. So if you don't like using a pick, you can use fingers, and I'm going to zoom in on my fingers to show you what's happening. First of all, a finger pick combination. It's called hybrid picking or chicken picking, believe it or not. We are actually using the pick for the open sixth string, and I'm using my middle finger for the next note. You could also do this, but I find the hybrid picking works a lot better, a lot nicer than sort of just a pick only, but that's your call. If you like fingers, you can do this, etc., etc. Okay, we got our picking hand sorted. Let's see what the fretting hand does. My fingers are clearly labeled, finger 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to start pre-positioning your first finger at the 6th fret of the 5th string, that note. And you're going to hammer on from the 6 to the 7 like this. Going to hammer on now, like that. So don't pick the 7. Now, before you do that, you pluck the 6th string. So here's your open E string. You can see it vibrate as well. And after that, you immediately go from the open string to fret 6, and you do that hammer on, which will give you an octave note. That's the first part. The second one starts the same, but it's got a double slide from the 7 that you hammered onto to the 9 and 11. Check this out. And there you can see it a bit more clearly. After I've done that hammer on, I slide 2 frets to the 9 and 2 frets to the 11, but I only picked the 5th string once. And then you can see the finger sliding up there. And after that, I'm going to zoom out a little bit there. You do that same little 6, 7, and you slide all the way down from fret number 7 to the 2nd fret, which actually gives you an E power chord. Okay, now we're going to start the pre-verse and the verse picking tabs. You're looking at a whole lot of 0/7s. You'll notice at the end of the first bar there's a little 5, 6 lurking inside there, so watch out for the subtle changes. Don't assume 0/7s the whole way through. And we're going to look at something like this, but I want to get both picking and fretting hand together. I'm going to go for the finger picking style of here. I just think it sounds quite cool as well. We'll sort of fluctuate using the pick for the hybrid and the fingers. But to get going for the picking, we're starting with this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'll show you the chord shapes now. One more time. Nice quick jumps there. You can see from the 5, 6 to the 7, 9. Nice quick changes again, back to the 0/7. And if you play the whole pre-verse and verse picking tab as well, because this is the same picking pattern for the verse, you're going to have something like this. Now, excuse the one little mistake I made there on the jump. My guitar's sort of quite slippery over here. Okay, but let's focus up carefully and look at the finger combinations, see what suggestions you can do, and I'm going to focus more on our fretting hand now. This is fret number 7. There's your 0/7s. And I'm slowing down because it has to change to 5 and 6. Finger 1 handles the 5, middle finger handles the 6. And check the counting: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on the count of 3 and 4 is the change at the end of each bar. So just watch out for those, pay careful attention. And you can see the fingers here. I'm suggesting the 3rd finger for starters, because when you change over, 1 and 2 are sort of in position. 3rd finger for the 0/7s, 1 and 2 for the 5 and 6. Then you need to jump a little bit all the way, quick jump to 7 and 9 for the second bar. And then as we count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you move down to 4 and 5, which you'll see at the end of the second bar. After that 4 and 5, there's your 4, there's your 5. You jump back to the 0, 7. And you go to fingers 1 and 2, or you can use 2 and 3. I'm not too fussed with that one, so if you prefer 1 and 2, that's cool, or 2 and 3, it's cool. But again, watch out for the second half of the bar, where you got that 7-6 change, and then it finishes off with 0 7s the whole way through. If you're not sure how many to do, please don't count 6 7. So I don't want this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I don't want that. I want you to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, because counting to 4 is a very important part of your counting rhythm. So very important, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that should get you by. And I'm just going to zoom out now to show left hand, right hand together. And I'm going to do it once with a pick. 1 2 3 4. Okay, now there was an unintentional mistake. I went to 6 and 5 instead of 5 and 4 in the second bar. I thought maybe redo the video, and I thought no, there's an important lesson inside here. Don't stop if you make a mistake. Okay, but I was using the pick. There you can see the hybrid picking working nicely, and with fingers 1 2 3 4. And that's what it should sound like. Now when you get to the pre-chorus, there's not a lot changing in concept. And when I say not changing in concept, it means you're doing sort of 5 and 4 now. So if you're looking at your fretting hand, for example, finger 1 is at fret 4 on the 5th string, and your middle finger is at fret 5 on the 6th string, and you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then jumping up to 9 and 7. And the picking pattern is exactly the same. So again, if you're using fingers and pick together like this, 1 2 3 4 pre-chorus, 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 3 4. It works as simple as that. Nice and easy. This song, everything that I've shown you so far should actually get you through the entire song. In other words, the whole thing is basically largely played on strings 5 and 6 the whole way through, and that's pretty much your song. It's a really cool song. See how it goes. Any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help. Remember, you can use a pick, you can use fingers, and just read the tabs carefully. Watch for little prompts, like in the chorus, for example. You'll notice it goes 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 and 4, and 1 2 3 and 4, and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it just plays through that 4 times. So watch out for changing on the first beat, watch out for changing on the third beat, and you should have the Firefly song by Sheeran in the bag. Hope you have an awesome day. I hope you enjoy the song, and take care.